Okay. Hello everyone, thank you so much for taking the time to joining us here today. My name is Erik Okstad and I'm a solutions architect here at Sharp NEC Display Solutions. Today we are super excited that we're able to share with you a new product that we're launching to market. A product that will be perfect for any company that wants to make sure they have technology available for great Teams collaboration. Before we look at the product itself, I'd like to take you in on some of the trends that we're currently seeing in the market today. So ever since the beginning of last year, we've seen a huge shift in the way that we are working. With everyone being stuck working from their home office, we have seen a huge increase in the usage of video conferencing and team collaboration software. If you look at Teams as a platform, they are today reporting more than 115 million daily active users. If you look at this in the light of the pandemic, this translates to an increase of more than 100%, so a huge increase here. This is obviously looking at Teams isolated, and as we know, there's a lot of other platforms out there that have seen similar or even greater growth as well, so huge increase in the market. If you look at the financial side of this, we can see that we're today rating the team collaboration software industry at $10.7 billion. And this is also expected to grow in the years to come. So when we reach 2027, this is expected to be an industry worth more than $20 billion. So huge increase in the coming years as well. And these numbers, they obviously say a lot about the way that we have changed the way we are working and what the industry is going to look like in the years to come. But we also believe that it says a lot about the users out there, all the employees that have been stuck working and forced working from their home office and that have learned now a completely new skill set when it comes to collaboration. As we're now starting to see the end of the pandemic and people will start coming back to their office and the new normal combination of working from home and also the office, we therefore believe that it's hugely important that employers have the right equipment available for their employees. All these video conferencing experts that are now coming back need to have the right tools to continue working with their newly acquired skill sets. The product that we're launching today is perfect for this. Before we look at it, I'd like to show you a video that we prepared for you.
Introducing the NEC WD551. Seamless collaboration for a hybrid world. An all-in-one solution that brings your office-based and remote teams together. Work from home. Work from the office. Or simply work anywhere. Bring your own meeting and get started in just seconds via a single secure cable connection. So you can focus on your business and not the technology. The NEC WD551. Connecting teams.
So there we have it, it's the WD551, the first Microsoft certified Windows collaboration display ever launched by Sharp NEC. When we started developing the WD551, there were a couple of elements that we looked at as absolutely critical for its success. And I'd like to take you in on some of those points right now. So first of all, it was super important for us that this solution would be easy to use. Now with so many employees coming back to the offices, we need to make sure that we include everyone. No one should come into the meeting room and face a solution that they find technically challenging to use. It should be very easy for everyone to use the solution. At the same time as it's easy to use, it needs to be fun and playful and inspiring to use the product. We want to make sure that when you have used the WD551 in the meeting, you should look forward to using it in the next meeting you're going to have as well. We strongly believe that if you can inspire people to use the technology, they will feel that it adds something extra to their meeting, and this was something that was very important for us. And of course, we need to have the quality. You expect the quality from Sharp NEC, and for the WD551 it was important for us to have quality in all the components that we put together, but also the solution as an overall meeting experience needs to be at top level quality. So let's have a look at how we believe we have achieved making this easy to use, inspiring quality product. So first of all, we have based the WD551 on the concept of bring your own meeting. And let's have a look at what this actually means. So bring your own meeting means that you bring your own laptop to the meeting room. So by connecting via a single USB-C cable to the WD551, you will automatically make the solution an extension of your laptop. So you connect with one single cable and you will see that the content of your laptop is automatically extended onto the display. Since this is a Microsoft certified Windows collaboration display, all the components of the WD551 will automatically be selected for you. So we have an integrated camera, we have integrated speakers, we also have an integrated microphone array, and all these elements will be chosen automatically by an application like Microsoft Teams. So this means that you can now come into the meeting room, connect with a single cable, and you don't need to wonder if you have chosen the right camera, the right speaker, the right microphone. So all these, as we know, the beginning of all the meetings that we have where everyone is saying, can you hear me, can you see me? That's a thing of the past when it comes to the WD551. So very, very easy to use. Another feature I'd like to mention here is that when you connect via the USB-C cable, we also make sure that you get a charge back to your laptop from the solution itself. So let's say you come into a meeting room and you have 3% battery life on your laptop. That's not a problem. You don't need to look for a power outlet or find your power adapter. As soon as you connect to the WD551, you will start charging your laptop. You will actually leave the meeting with a higher charged battery than what you came in with. So again, very easy to use, and this will build a lot of confidence for the user. Another element of the bring your own meeting concept is that we create a lot of familiarity for the user itself. You bring your own tools that you're used to working with from your laptop. Obviously, since we are a Microsoft certified solution, if you're working on the Microsoft platform like Windows 10 with Office 365 and Teams, these applications will be highly integrated into this solution because of its certification. But still, it's not a limitation that you have to use Microsoft's product. You could use applications like Zoom, Cisco WebEx, or Google's applications if you want to. Whatever is installed on your computer are the tools that you will have on the WD551 as well. So again, this creates a lot of familiarity for the user, and it makes it more easy to go into a meeting and collaboration session because you have the familiarity. Builds a lot of confidence for the user, makes the total experience much more inspiring for the user. I've already mentioned a couple of times that we are certified by Microsoft Teams, and I'd like to let you have a look at what this actually means. First of all, I can say that it's not an easy task to get a certification by Microsoft. This is something that we have worked very hard in order to achieve. The first thing you have to look at is the quality of the components. So we have integrated a 4K camera into this solution. We have also integrated not only one, but actually 6 microphones that are installed in a microphone array. And I'd like to take you onto the other side of the WD551 here, just to let you have an experience of what it's like to be on the other side of this solution. So, switching to this view, you should now see me through the integrated camera of the WD551, and you should also be able to hear me through the microphones that are integrated into the solution itself. And the first thing you'll notice now is that we have a very wide angle, wide field of view on the camera. So this is suited for, let's say, if you have an ad hoc meeting session where multiple people will be standing in front of the WD551, you can easily fit 4 to 5 or 6 persons in front of this, having an interactive meeting and everyone being in frame. At the same time, we also have the correct angles for meeting rooms where you have people sitting around a meeting room table and you want to be able to see everyone in the room. The microphone array, consisting of 6 microphones, is also very good for picking up voices if you're up close to the WD551, but also if you're moving further back in the meeting room environment, you will be able to clearly pick up the voices of the meeting participants. So great quality in this. Another aspect of the certification is to look at how Microsoft segments the products that they certify as Microsoft collaboration displays. Since the WD551 is based on a 55-inch display, it kind of automatically puts itself in the segment of a Microsoft small room. So it would be ideal for rooms that are typically rooming 4 to 6 persons. Obviously this is mostly due to the size of the display, but it's also has something to do with the criteria that they set for both the camera, microphone and the speaker of the display. And as we can see from this slide, we can see that it should be, the functionality of the components should be ideal for persons sitting up to ranges of 3.5 meters from the solution. So even if you look at the microphone solution of the WD551, this is a microphone that easily works up to 8 meters as well. So we should look at this as a guidance of where Microsoft looks at different sizes of displays in what kind of sizes of meeting rooms. But you could easily use the WD551 in larger meeting rooms if your application can work with a 55-inch display as well. So again, from the certification point of view, it's certified as a Microsoft small room type display. When creating the WD551, we are obviously creating a interactive solution, and if you're going to have an inspiring interactive solution, it needs to feel very natural when you're using it. When we started working on the WD551, we quickly understood that we wanted to base this on a capacitive touch solution. The capacitive touch solution gives us the same experience that you are familiar with from your tablets and your smartphones today. So you have a lot of familiarity and you build a lot of confidence and inspire the users when they use it. It feels very modern. It feels, it's a very nice way to interact with your applications. So having this capacitive touch solution, we also wanted to include a active pen system. And on the back side of the WD551, you can see that we have 2 pens that are housed in this magnetic pen holder. So this unit can attach magnetically to the side or the back of the solution. And it also has a USB connector. So when you connect this to the display, it will automatically charge the pens when they are docked in their dock. These 2 pens are active pens, and as you can see here, we also have some buttons on them that help to change the functionality of the pens themselves. So when I walk up to the WD551 and if I interact via the capacitive touch solution with my fingers, I can, in an application like PowerPoint, switch my slides if I want to. As soon as I take up the pen, I can start writing onto the slide, so I can start inking directly onto the slide itself. This is done automatically. The PowerPoint application automatically recognizes the difference between this active pen and my fingers. If I press the first button that I have on my pen, I will also change the functionality to go from being a pen to being an eraser. So now I can start easily erasing everything that I have inked onto my PowerPoint presentation. I also have the secondary button that acts as a right mouse click. So if you want to interact with some of the functionalities in applications, you can use this button for that. The way that we are able to automatically differentiate between the pen and the finger and the eraser is that we support something called Microsoft Windows Ink. And this is a native support for the WD551, which again means that you don't need to have any drivers installed or any special settings enabled on your computer in order to use this. When you come into the meeting room and you bring your Microsoft laptop, you connect to the solution and you can just start to use these functions without doing any changes. So again, very easy to use and a very inspiring way of interacting with applications like Microsoft PowerPoint. Design is obviously a very important factor for a lot of customers out there. We now see that the visual look and feel of companies translate into their meeting rooms, and a lot of customers also want the technology in the meeting rooms to be an integrated part of their look and feel. For us, it was very important that the WD551 had the correct look and feel, and we started looking at a lot of materials when developing the WD551. So when you come up to the solution itself, you will see that there's a lot of metal parts of the product. So it's very robust and high quality feel to the construction itself. The plastic elements that we use on the product is also made from a very high quality plastic material. So when you are up close to this product, as you will be when you're using it in an interactive way, you really feel that there is high quality to the product that you're standing in front and using. Another feature is that we, with the Capacitive Touch solution, have a very flush and elegant design in terms of the glass front of the display. So the interactive glass front is going all the way out to the edges. There's no hard bezels around here. And it's also a flush design when it meets the other parts of the display. There's no hard edges. A very tablet-like feel when you're using it, which again gives it a very modern and sleek design experience. Another element that was very important for us was to make sure that we incorporated an anti-reflective glass in this solution. So the entire display itself is very non-reflective. If you install the WD551 in a meeting room where you, for example, have bright sunlight coming through some windows, it will not cause any disturbing reflections in the display itself. So again, this gives you a much higher experience of the quality of the material that you're watching, the content that you're watching on the display. And obviously it also gives you the possibility of being more flexible in what kind of scenarios you want to use the solution. We strongly believe that this will not necessarily be a product that is just installed in meeting rooms. It can also be the perfect solution for ad hoc meetings where you want to have a complete meeting room solution on a mobile trolley, for example, and you can move it around and use it in parts of your offices that are not necessarily created to be meeting rooms. Having this anti-reflective coating gives you much more flexibility of using it in a much wider, many different usage scenarios where you can use this. The meeting rooms of tomorrow are smarter meeting rooms, and this is something that was absolutely important for us to make sure that the WD551 also was ready for. So in order to do this, we have included a lot of different sensors into the unit itself. And we can actually go in and have a look at those sensors right now. I can go into the menu here. I can go into my sensor data. And here I can actually read out sensors that are incorporated into the display. I can see the current temperature of the room, I can see the humidity of the room that we're in, the general air quality, how bright or dark the room is, and I also have something called a smart presence detection. The presence detector will be able to let the WD551 know if any persons are in front of it or in the room where it's installed. So these data we can now start to use in multiple different ways. First of all, we can use the data to control the solution itself. Let's say when you come into a meeting room, the WD551 senses that someone are coming into the meeting room and it can automatically turn on. If someone has not been in the meeting room for a given time, it can automatically turn the solution off. So we can start using this information to control the solution. But at the same time, we can also start to use this in a more integrated way. Since we are certified by Microsoft, we have also made sure that we have a Microsoft Azure certification. So this means that we can now lift all this data, all this big data that we create from these sensors into applications that are built on the architecture of Microsoft Azure. Very soon we will be launching a solution called RMS, short for NEC Room Management Services. And for those of you who are familiar with the Naviset Administrator software, you'll see that this is sort of a further development of that type of platform. So an application that gives you full asset management, you're able to control all the aspects of your products that are installed in meeting rooms. But at the same time, we take this to the next level by connecting it to the cloud based on the Microsoft Azure architecture, and you can now also then start to incorporate all the big data from sensors like the sensors we see in the WD551. So not only can you have full control of the products in your meeting rooms, you can now start to have full control of the overall quality of the rooms that the products are installed in. Very, very cool features, and we strongly believe that this will make sure that the WD551 really is ready for the meeting rooms of tomorrow. If a solution like the WD551 should be easy to use, we need to have very user-friendly control when you're interacting with it. In order to secure this, we have made it very easy to use the product itself. We have in the front of the display, we have integrated a set of physical buttons. You're able to turn the display on and off. You can cycle through inputs, volume up and down. You can mute the microphone. And we also integrated a Microsoft button, a Windows button that gives you the possibility of navigating through the Microsoft environment. As you can see here, we also have an IR remote receiver, so you can use a remote control, even though we highly believe that in a modern meeting room, you should not really be needing a remote control. The displays should have the intelligence to automatically switch between inputs and those kind of functions, and they are also integrated into this, and something that we're going to have a look at a little bit later on. Another nice feature is that we can just swipe up from the bottom of the screen itself, and this gives us access to a touch menu on the display. I can choose my input, I can change the brightness, also I can mute the solution, and of course access all the other settings that can be changed on the display through this touch menu. Very easy to just click out from, so very, very convenient when you're standing up close to the unit and want to access some settings. You just swipe up, change your settings, and off you go. So the ease of use of this product is very, very high. When we started to create the WD551, we knew that it was very important that it was flexible to use. In order to make sure that this product has the maximum flexibility, we need to think about a lot of different usage scenarios where we believe that it will be used. And I'd like to take you through some of those right now. So if you look at the use case 1, this would be your typical bring your own meeting scenario. So you bring your laptop, You connect via the USB-C in the meeting room, and that's it. You're ready to go. There's no more you need to do. You're fully connected, and all the aspects of the WD551 is available to your applications that you have on your laptop. Let's look at another scenario where you have maybe a colleague that wants to join you in the meeting room. So you have two laptops that you want to use on the solution. Well, we also made sure that this is as simple as using just one by making sure we have two USB-C connectors on the WD551. So two computers can be connected at the same time, and the display can automatically change the input to the latest connected one, or you could easily go through the button in the front or the touch menu to change which laptop that should be active on the WD551. We also made sure that both of the laptops get a charge when they are connected, so none of the connected laptops need to have a power adapter connected while they're using the solution. So very, very convenient. Bring your own meeting for up to two laptops at the same time. Continuing with the use case 2. We know that a lot of customers have meeting room equipment already that they're using. This could be a dedicated meeting room system. It could be a receiver for wireless video and sound, for example. A lot of technology that already has been invested in, and that we know that the employers want to continue using in their meeting rooms. In order to make sure that we have support for this, we have also integrated a HDMI and a USB type B connector on the WD551. So let's say you have a scenario like we can see here. You have a Microsoft Teams room system that is dedicated for this meeting room. You can connect this to the solution over the HDMI and the USB. And now suddenly you have a solution where you don't necessarily have to bring your laptop into the meeting room at all. You can just come in with your credentials, log on, and off you go. You have a complete solution for the meeting. At the same time as you're using this dedicated room system, you can of course come and connect not only one but two laptops via the USB-C connectors. And again, we have the intelligence of the display that will prioritize the USB-C connected device if you want to. And as soon as you disconnect your laptop, it goes back to the fixed room system. So a lot of neat functionality there that makes the solution very easy to use and inspiring for the user. The last use case we see here kind of builds on use case 2. But we'd just like to emphasize that you're not forced to use a Teams room system or a system for meeting room applications at all. Anything that is based on HDMI and USB Type B can be connected as a fixed solution in your meeting room. So let's say you have a Windows computer running a whiteboard application, or any application for that matter. It could be a corporate signage player. Anything that can connect can be connected to the HDMI connection. So a lot of flexibility, and we are sure that there's many other use cases that you probably can think of as well where we can integrate the WD551. But it's very important for us that the flexibility was very, very high, and we strongly believe that we have achieved this. So looking at some of the use case scenarios that we see the WD551 being perfect for, we of course have the bring your own meeting that we have talked about already. So now, as so many new video conferencing experts are returning from their home office to their office, we strongly believe that the bring your own meeting will be a great way of ensuring you have the required technology in the meeting room. If there's employers out there that have meeting rooms that are not video enabled, we believe this is something that needs to be changed right away, because people are now used to working over the video conferencing platforms, and installing a solution like the WD551 kind of gives you everything you need in a meeting room in order for employees to continue using their newly acquired skill sets. So the Bring Your Own Meeting is obviously a concept that we believe will be a successful one in the coming time. Also, the ad hoc meetings, where you bring a solution to maybe a part of your office building that is not necessarily a meeting room, where you can stand in front of it and have all the functionality you need in order to interact with your colleagues, regardless of being based on or being on different locations. So the ad hoc meetings is obviously also a product where you can see the WD551 maybe equipped together with a mobile trolley will give you a lot of flexibility for ad hoc meetings. We also have a lot of feedback now from the educational sector, where we see this as a tool that will be perfect for teachers that want to bring a solution around where they know that they have all the tools that they require, and the only thing they have to do is to connect their laptop via a single USB-C cable in order to use it. Over the past years, we have acquired a lot of knowledge when it comes to whiteboarding sessions and other type of environments where you are using applications that are built on interactivity. And since the WD551 is a solution that is Windows Inc. certified, we strongly believe that it will be perfect for these scenarios as well. It's very easy to use. You have the automatic recognition of the pen and the eraser when you want to use it. So using this for sessions like whiteboarding or other digital agile work scenarios, the WD551 will be a great product for you. Another segment that we're starting to see emerging now, since we have been through this pandemic, is obviously the home office, and especially the executive home office, maybe the higher end of the home offices, where it's required that we have a meeting room experience that is on a different level than what you can have with a laptop and your integrated webcam, for example. So the WD551 essentially is a complete meeting room in a box. You don't need to be a technician to install this. Everything is plug and play. First thing you install it, you connect it to power, you set the time and date, and that's it. You're ready to go. So we also believe that this will be a perfect product for these scenarios where you want to lift the meeting room experience at your home office to the level that you are used to in your professional environment from your office. So let's have a quick look at the specifications of the WD551. So it's a 55-inch capacitive touch 4K display, has 400 candela of brightness, and the touch solution is optically bounded, so very robust construction there. We have two active pens. They both support palm rejection and also Microsoft Ink certified, as I've mentioned. The solution itself is certified by Microsoft Teams, and this says something about the quality of the components. A 4K camera with great field of view, 6 microphones in a array configuration gives us the possibility of using this up to 8 meters at 180 degrees. We have also integrated 2 speakers, giving us great stereo sound, and it's also supported by a integrated subwoofer, so we have superior sound for video conferencing, but also great sound for other multimedia applications where you really want this full sound picture. In terms of the interfaces, we have 2 USB-C connectors, each able to provide 65 watts of power at the same time. And we have also included a 1.8 meter USB-C cable into the packaging when you purchase the WD551. We know that a lot of customers want even longer cables, and that's why we have started certifying some manufacturers of longer cables up to 5 meters that we can that we can ensure that works with all the components of the product. As you might know, when you start to have the longer USB-C cables, it can be a little hit and miss on what can be used with them, and it's a little bit complex scenario there. But as I said, we have already 2 different manufacturers of 5 meter cables that we can recommend, that we have tested, and that we can guarantee that will work with the WD551. So that's very good. In addition to the 2 USB-C cables, we have both one HDMI and also a USB Type B, giving us the possibility of supporting more fixed meeting room solutions. And having all these different input options, we also have smart source switching. So the WD551 can automatically switch to the latest connected source and give you this very easy to use, intuitive way of working with the solution itself. And if you want to change the inputs or the settings yourself, we have a very convenient way of doing it via the physical buttons, or we can use the touch control, where you just swipe up from the bottom of the screen and access all the functions there. Last but not least, we have all these great IoT sensors that we have integrated into the display that gives us all this valuable information about the general air quality and the quality of the rooms that the displays are installed in. So for the meeting room of tomorrow, we're now able to say so much more about the environment of the displays, and as a result of that, we can start getting some information about the total user experience for the user. When we're now launching this solution, we will also have available some options. We have a PDL4 tipster trolley. It's actually the same product that I have the WD551 installed on here today. If you choose this trolley, we can also have some options. We have a notebook holder, we have a holder for hand sanitizer, we have a media PC box that can be connected on the backside if you want a media player or a PC integrated in a mobile solution. And of course, we also have the VESA mounting, so you can connect this to a simple wall mount like this, or if you want a more flexible solution, you could also choose a height adjustable mount, as we also have those available. So that was an introduction to the WD551, and as I said initially, we're super excited about this. We expect this product to be able to be available in August-September time, and we hope that you are as excited as we are. We have prepared a URL where you can go in and find a lot of information about this product, data sheets, videos, and just simply more in-depth information than what you've seen here today. Please go into WD551.com, and this will take you directly to our landing page for this solution. If you have any questions or you want to get in touch with us, you can contact us at channelmarketing@sharp-nec-displays.eu, and we will make sure that we get back to you as soon as possible. So all that remains now for me is just to say again a big thank you for taking the time to join us here today, and we hope to see you in September, August when this product hits the market. Thank you.